Good morning. You know what day it is when we pop up on your timeline. You're halfway to Friday.
Woo!
It's Wednesday, hump day. And we know that we're finally getting over the gloom and doom from yesterday. I was so excited to drive in and see that the sun is out. We're in Florida. You know, we live and breathe the sun.
Yes, it's getting a little bit warmer, which I'm really happy about.
You know, all too quickly, we'll go from cool to sweating without any kind of effort.
And then some rain.
We better enjoy this. Welcome to Jax in Action. We're so glad that you can join us, that you have us on your feed, wherever you are, because we're going to let you know what's going on this weekend, cool things happening in Jacksonville, and the weather too.
Yeah, so we will. And plus, we know having the forecast is an important part of making weekend plans. So our very own Garrett Beatonbaugh will fill you in on the weekend weather. Also, we have a prize giveaway later in the show for tickets and pit passes to Monster Jam at TIAA Bank Field this Saturday. So make sure you share this post with your family and friends so you can all plan your weekend and try to win these tickets together.
And you see how excited Abby is about Monster Jam. There are plenty more out there like that, so you don't want to miss that ticket giveaway.
Exactly. As you can tell, I go to a lot of Monster Jams. It's definitely my cup of tea.
So I can see a little bit of everybody there. This is Florida, girl. Now, speaking of the weekend, this weekend is a special one. This year is going to be a leap year, Saturday, February 29th. We've got an extra day to work with, and you want to do something fun and unforgettable with that extra day. So how about using that day to go to the Jacksonville Public Library and have a chance to meet one of Hollywood's most powerful authors, Brad Meltzer. Interested? I know I've got your attention. Come on, stay with me. We have a guest here to fill you in on all the details, and we are Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters today.
Yeah.
Hi,
Animal
Amanda.
Prince. Hi.
Yes, we're fierce this morning. And as soon as I saw, we have a studio tech. We call him Ed, but his name is Brad. He was setting up the books. I have been a bookworm ever since I was old enough to hold a book in my hand. So I was like, we've got Jax Book Fest here happening this weekend. So let's get right into it. People are watching and they want to know, what can I expect when I come out?
So, Jax Book Fest is the library's biggest event of the year. It's a community event that brings together authors and book lovers.
Okay.
So it's at the main library, which is the library downtown,
Okay.
and it's the Jacksonville Public Library's flagship branch. So it's also a really good chance to come and see our beautiful main library.
Yes, and I know that last year, I've been here for 2 years now, so last year was like the first time I got to come out and volunteer with Tanika's Books for Kids.
Right.
But man, it was just so many authors to see, so many tables to
Yeah.
stop by. It was like a wonderful way to spend your Saturday.
Yeah, totally. And this year it's going to be the same. Like last year we had R.L. Stine and over 3,000 attendees came.
Yes.
And this year we have Brad Meltzer, who is very well known for his adult books, but he also has a wonderful children's series called Ordinary People Can Change the World, and that's actually been made into like a PBS kids show called Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has done a lot. He's also been like a host on the History Channel for 2 different History Channel TV shows, so he's done a lot. And so for the Book Fest, we really focus on bringing together a strong base of keynote speakers. So we've got Brad, and then we have Karma Wilson, who is well known for her children's books. She writes this book series about a bear. It's like bear gets sleepy, and I have a 5-year-old, so I always read that to him when it's like time to go to bed, hopefully getting him to go to bed. And then we also have Neil Schusterman, who is a fantastic young adult author, and he's really dynamic, and I can't wait to hear him speak too.
And that's really the best part, that there are authors for every age range, every interest. Like literally, when I walked into the public library, it just was like heaven. It's like a downstairs, upstairs. There's authors everywhere.
There's always so much stuff going on. Like you have to go to jaxbookfest.org to check it all out, to see like the schedule of events and be able to plan your day, because there's really so much going on. So we have our keynote speakers, and then on top of that, we've brought in over 100 like local authors. And then on top of that, we've also added in a full day of events for like kids, book lovers, and writers. So like some of the things going on for kids are, we have face painters all day. We're gonna have balloon twisters. We have Tanika doing a drop everything and read at 10:30, and then Karma Wilson at 11. And then we're gonna bring in Wild Wonders, which they will do an animal show about reptiles and amphibians. And then we also have Mosh coming in, and they're doing like a cute little animal show about wildlife that's adapted to like city. So it's like wildlife gone urban. So yeah, we have that for kids. And then we have, for book lovers, we're gonna have like lots of speakers during the day, and then all the local authors will have tables set out so you can kind of mix and mingle and figure out who's there and get advice and tips for writing. And then we'll also have writers workshops and self-publishing workshops. So it's like a full day of like a literary adventure for kids, for adults, for book lovers. So something for everybody.
That's what I was gonna say. This could be a one-stop shop for the family. Now I do want to make sure, I love T, she's my girl. Tanika's books for kids are awesome. Actually, before we came on, they were going to pick up a donation today. So we love people. They're already amped up about it. How did you guys end up partnering up?
So this is our third year working with Tanika. Tanika, as you know, has a profound love of literacy, especially for children. So it was a great partnership. We have worked with her for 3 years now, like I said, and the way that it works is it's an annual book drive, and she does it for 2 weeks, and you can drop off any new or like new book to any of the 21 library branches. All of our branches are participating. So if you have any books at home that are in like good shape, that don't have like scribbles on the inside or like the corners aren't bent, feel free to bring those in. And you can also, she's also kicking off her Tanika's Book for Kids at Jax Book Fest. So she's gonna have a table there. And like I mentioned, she's also gonna be doing a drop everything and read. And she is fantastic when she does her story times. Like she's just so energetic and kids love it.
Okay, parents, you heard it. You have a 1,000,001 reasons to make sure that you are at Jax Book Fest this Saturday. Is there anything else you want to mention to make sure folks know, because they will share and like and share with a friend that shares with a friend, so we want to make sure they have everything.
Yes, totally. The event is free and it's open to all. It's not ticketed, so you just have to show up. Also, parking downtown is always free on the weekends, so there's no reason not to come, right? It's free and it's for a good cause and instill love of reading in children, so definitely be there.
That is awesome. Well, Amanda, thank you for coming in this morning. You heard it right here, Jax Book Fest. Great way to celebrate that extra little leap year day we have. It's free. You're going to have the huge, beautiful library full of authors and experiences and activities. Come in, bring the kids to meet Tanika. I mean, you can't really, this is a win-win for the whole family.
You gotta do it.
The event kicks off at 10 a.m. and runs until 3 a.m. And like I said, workshops, activities, opportunities to meet some notable authors, local and from outside of even Florida. So that's great. This is open to all ages, and it's just going to be a great time on Saturday. Don't miss it. And if you did miss any of that, we've got a link in the comments section below. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We want to also go ahead and remind everyone, Tanika's Books for Kids is kicking off this weekend, like we were just talking about, at Jax Book Fest. And this helps local children leap right into a good book by donating new and like new books to any local Jacksonville Public Library until March 14th. All right, now let's jump over to Abby with this week's Ask the Ape. Hey, Abby.
Hey, Courtney. It's a topic I'm ashamed I know too well. First dates. How much is too much to spend on one? This week, Justin and I look at a survey that says the average amount spent could be as high as $150. Ladies, where are you finding these guys? Let's take a look.
This one is a survey of how much a traditional first date should cost.
Oh my gosh, I could go off. Okay, continue.
A new study looked at 50 states, and the answer is somewhere between $88 and $156. Out of the 50 states they looked at, the most expensive place to go on a date is New York City. That should not be a surprise to anybody, probably.
I've been on a couple dates in New York City. They did not cost $88 though, but I'm not surprised because one drink is like $12.
Okay. And then the cheapest place to get a date, Oklahoma City. What's good? So shout out to Oklahoma City.
Looks like I need to move to Oklahoma City.
Head on over to Oklahoma City, and you only have to pay $88 for a date. But the question is, you know, what is the right amount, or how much should a first date cost?
For me, I want you to spend as little money on me as possible, because I don't want to feel obligated to like go out with you again. And I also I always offer to split the check. Okay. So like if it's expensive, I want it to be cheap. One time I offered to pay and he did not put up a fight. I had to pay $44 at Teeny Martini Bar.
That's not bad. Hey, what up, St. Augustine?
It was one drink though, so thanks Teeny Martini Bar.
Like, to me, I'm always going to pay. I'm not going to if it's a first date, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm not going to let anybody else pay. Like, if I'm the guy on the date, like, I'm paying. You know what I mean?
That. I love that.
Right.
I always feel like I should offer that.
But right, I'll feel some kind of way if there isn't like that like, oh, let me grab my purse. Like,
everyone says that, but to me, that is so uncomfortable to be like, to do like the awkward like grab thing. So I always say like up front, like I'm like, can I pay? I'm like very aggressive about it.
Jesus.
I'm like, please let me pay.
I think actually, I feel like the more I date someone, the more expensive the dates get.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah, like, well, like, I am not, and maybe this is wrong, but I'm not opposed to just going somewhere that's like a $30 meal, right? Like, even say we go to not a fast food place, but you know, like a Panera Bread type situation. I'm totally cool doing that, paying $20, and that's our first date. But like, I'll say like year anniversaries and stuff like that, that's a good $100, maybe $150 depending on if there's wine or alcohol involved.
Yeah.
So I feel like the first date, I'm surprised that it's like between $88 and $150.
Well, New York, no wonder $88.
Right.
So expensive.
You go outside and breathe, it's $88 in New York.
But you take me to Hop Tinger and you spend $88 on me, I'm going to feel so uncomfortable.
Doesn't it feel
because
bad?
I'll be like, why did you spend so much money on me? Like, am I the only date you're having this month? Or do you make a lot of money? Like, these are things I need to know.
Okay. Well, let us know what you would spend on a first date, or what's the average that you think you should spend on a first date. And we will be back next week with more. So if you have a question, relationship, or just weird, we will answer them. Head to WAPE.com and you can submit them there.
I know I shouldn't be skeptical about a guy dishing out some money on a first date, but it's got me asking questions. $100 for a first date is a hefty investment. Let us know what you think you should spend on a first date and who's paying. Don't forget to tune in to After Hours every weekday at 7 p.m. on 95.1 WAPE. Courtney, how would you feel if someone spent that much money on you night one?
Listen, women, young women of all ages, we're investments. That's all I can say. If you are going to date, you got to be able to afford it and be prepared. Okay? That's all I can say, Abby. All right, let's switch gears. The Alhambra Theatre Dining recently opened on its rendition of the multi-award winning drama, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. The original musical opened on Broadway in 1961 and poked fun at life in the business world with themes that are still very relevant today. And today we have three of the actors from the local musical here with us. We're so excited to have them. And I'd like to introduce you. So we've got Christopher Lewis. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Chris.
We've got Lindsay Nantz.
Hi.
And we've got Ricky Cona all here with us for Jackson Action. So good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for
All
having
right,
us.
we are so excited. So excited. They've come here with so much good energy. So let's kick off with a little intro. Each of you tell me where you're from and have you ever played with the Alhambra before?
This is my first time with the Alhambra, and I'm loving every minute of it, of course. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but recently relocated to Orlando. So, yeah.
We're glad to have you in Florida.
Thank you.
I'm from Melbourne, Florida, so it's not that far away.
Okay.
Born and raised Florida girl.
Okay.
So happy to be here. And I was in the Marvelous Wonderettes with Alhambra previously, and that one was just a ball.
Awesome. Okay.
And I am a Tampa native, born and raised. Currently live in Orlando as well, and this is my second show with the Alhambra. My first one was in Hairspray, so happy to be back.
Oh my God, that was probably such a fun production.
No, it was a lot of fun.
So now for the audience tuning in, tell us each a little bit about the characters that you guys play.
Of course. I played J. Pierpont Finch, F-I-N-C-H, which you hear him say a lot throughout the show. The show is about, it centers on him with a book called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It's a long title. And it's just about the story of him moving up into the corporate world and using that book to guide him through that and running into a lot of obstacles. There's romance and there's disasters and anything that kind of goes on in the corporate world, but we're making a farce of it, if that makes sense. So it's a hilarious musical, and my character is very, sometimes he's very work focused, but he does get caught in the romance along the way.
I'm sure we'd all love a how-to guide. So I'm sure that this is great to kind of see it play out and know that you're poking fun at it, because even just like in terms of news in our industry, we can probably still relate to some of the things that we're going to see on
still
stage.
relevant today. Absolutely.
Totally.
Hi, I play Rosemary, Finch's love interest. She comes in and kind of shakes up his world a little bit.
That's what we do. We come shake things up.
Of course. And she's not your typical leading lady. She has a plan and she's going to go for it. She wants a businessman as a husband and she's going to find one. And once Finch walks in, she's like, him. And she shakes up his world a little bit and then they end up falling in love. And it's cute.
Yes.
It's really fun.
Look, she came in and she said, I choose you.
Yes.
You don't know it yet,
Right.
but you belong to me.
And
I like her already.
Right. Throughout the show, he's like, great, okay, but then he gets caught into things. Yeah.
It's really fun.
That is awesome. Now tell us about your character.
I play Bud Frump.
Okay.
And like his name suggests, he's everyone's friend. He's definitely the antagonist of the show. He is the big boss's nephew.
Okay.
And similar to Finch, he's very ambitious, but the way he goes about it is a little bit more devious. He takes advantage of the people he knows and his privilege, and yeah, he's a fun character to play.
Yeah, I was going to say the antagonist is always the one that you love to hate. Like, that's the character you want to play.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So that's super awesome. So now tell me, what have you guys learned from the production? Because I think that, I've only had a little theater in high school, and that was hard. So my hat is off to you. That was a while ago.
Right.
But like, I think from each production, you along the way, you kind of take something from it that you can kind of learn yourself. So what have you guys learned from, even though we're poking fun and it's funny, but what have you guys learned from it?
Yeah, it was a fast process, and we only had a week and a half to rehearse it. So just trying to figure out, how to deal with that challenge, number one, but also learning how to come together, and putting on a big production like this. It's a huge musical, a lot of numbers in the show, a lot of action happening, and I think just the way we were able to manage, a short process like that was a big learning challenge for us, and in the best way. We were able to put it up in 10 days, so. Kudos. We did it, and it was awesome. But a good challenge just to see how well you can put on a big musical like this. It is a huge show, and we did it. So it's open.
Yeah, and to get something together like that, you guys said in about a week. That is impressive in terms of like your lines and chemistry with people and blocking and just. Seth, last night you came in here, you were like, "What you're doing is great." I'm like, no. You guys have a much bigger task than me, and in front of living, breathing human folks every night who have been fed and maybe might be a little intoxicated.
Of course.
Now, so Ricky, for anyone who hasn't been in the Alhambra, kind of talk to me about why they should come out and see this musical, why they should let this be the first one to introduce them to the Alhambra.
That's a great question. Well, first off, the Alhambra is the longest continuously running dinner theater in the country. It's been open for 52 years. No matter where you sit, you're going to have an amazing view. The food is outstanding, and I'm a little biased, but I think the actors are amazing as well. And it's a classic musical. Chris mentioned earlier, it has won several awards. It won the Pulitzer Prize, which is, I think, the last one to win that most recently was Hamilton.
Yeah, only 9 musicals have ever won that award, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, and it's a fun show. You're going to be smiling from top to bottom. Yeah.
I love it. Now, was there anything that you want to make sure that people know? We don't want to leave anything out, because like I always tell guests, people like it, share it again, share it with their friend, their friends share it with their friends. So we like to make sure people know and give you the chance to say as much as possible. So is there anything you want to say that I didn't ask any of you?
Oh boy.
I know.
Pressure's on. No, again, if you are looking for a great evening, hilarious, fun musical to come see, this is the one. It makes fun of so many things in the corporate world, but in the best way. You see a lot of different kinds of characters in the show, and we all have so much fun on stage. It really. It's set in the 60s, and so if you definitely like that 60s nostalgia, you're going to appreciate this show a lot.
Mad Men.
Very Mad Men,
yes. Oh, yes.
Honestly.
So you don't want to give me a start on that. That's a whole side conversation. They'll be telling me to rap.
We'll be here all day.
But thank you guys so much for coming, and I just want to say, I haven't seen it yet either, but there's nothing like live performance. There's nothing like it. You can Netflix it up as much as you want and look at theater. Now everything's on our screen, but there's absolutely nothing like live performance. You can't beat it. Just the interaction, we feel it from you guys on the stage. You guys feed off the crowd. Nothing like it. So if you haven't been, you got to go check them out. And they're just awesome. So you want to go support.
Thank you.
And if you're just tuning in, just to recap, you can catch How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying at the Alhambra Theatre and Dining until March 22nd. So get out there. The Alhambra is located at 12,000 Beach Boulevard in the 23246 area code of Jacksonville. Woo, okay, we're not going to put these zip codes up there anymore. Tickets run between $38 and $61, and that price includes a 3-course meal. And for more details and to buy tickets, just visit alhambrajax.com. Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's a great way to get my Wednesday started. We can't wait to have you guys back.
Appreciate that.
And let's talk about what else is going on in Jacksonville this weekend. Celebrate the world of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I mean, we know it now as STEM for short, but with Jacksonville's Science Festival. The festival kicks off this weekend at the Jacksonville Seawalk Pavilion, and it serves as a vehicle for educational equity and justice. And these are going to be for K through 12 students, so you can bring your child, young, old. They're going to find something awesome about this. And this is just an annual science festival. It talks about summer camps and after-school programming. And this is all about strategic collaboration with teachers and experts in STEM fields. We want to get the babies exposed to STEM. The sooner, the better. So many opportunities out there. I wish that math and science was this fun when I was in school. To find out more about the Jacksonville Science Festival, click on the link in the comment section below. Every Sunday in March, Creative Veins will be hosting their Intro to Stand-Up Comedy class. Looking for something new to get into, maybe something out of your comfort zone. This course promises to teach aspiring stand-up comedians the biology of laughter, how to write and edit and refine their craft and material, stage mechanics, and how to perform for an audience. And this is taught by an award-winning comedy veteran, Kier Muchin. This 4-week session, it claims to help the novice entertainer overcome stage fright and can learn how to command the audience's attention. If you're interested in this opportunity, you still have time to sign up. Just click the link in the comments section below. And buckle up and get ready for the heart-racing excitement of, I can't say it like Abby, but I'm going to try, Monster Jam! She's right here next to me. You can't see her, but she was intense. I loved it. Rain or shine, Monster Jam is coming to town this weekend. Crowd favorites like El Toro Loco, Max D, Scarlet Bandit, and of course, Gravedigger. They're all going to be driving into the bank, TIAA Bank Field, this Saturday. Now, if Monster Jam is your jam, tickets are still available. But if you want to win these tickets for free, all you have to do is comment in our little comment section there below. Tag someone, share it, like it, all of the above. All right, that wraps up this weekend's events. Let's jump over to Garrett Beatonbaugh to see what we have in store for the weather this weekend.
Hey everyone, at First Alert meteorologist Garrett Beatonbaugh. Here's your weekend hour-by-hour forecast. Going to start off chilly both days on Saturday and Sunday, but we will be dry through your weekend. High temperatures on Saturday, a bit cooler in the upper 50s, and then back into the 60s as we head into Sunday afternoon. Mid-60s is where we'll top out. Saturday, downtown, TIAA Bank Field, Monster Jam will be dry, 50s, and then the 40s by the end of the event there for Monster Jam this weekend. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you on tomorrow here in the First Alert Weather Center.
See, the reason we're laughing again, one day you're going to meet our studio tech. He's like a dead ringer for Ed Sheeran. Maybe we'll get an Ed Cam one day. I don't know. But he's the reason we're always laughing when we come back.
I'm still convinced he's Ed Sheeran, but maybe he's like an Ed Sheeran imposter, essentially.
Yeah, you're going to get to meet him, though, we promise. But that does wrap up our show. Now that we've got the weather for you, but we've got one little reminder from Abby.
Yes, make sure you like, share, and tag a friend below to enter the giveaway to Monster Jam, and you gotta get these tickets and pit passes. It's happening this weekend, so act now, and our producer will contact the winners. Look how many we got.
Look at that, right? We can make it rain with all the tickets we have up here, so we want you to win them. Be sure you comment. Thank you for joining us on Jackson Action. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Ed, come here.